I gotta tell you, I've been looking forward to meeting you for a long time. I'm a huge fan. John Wick.
John Wick? It's John Wick. John Wick.
John Wick.
What do you got there?
Evening, John.
Evening, Jim. Noise complaint.
Noise complaint.
You want to go? Or do you want to just give me a gun?
I know, I've heard this question.
Fucking pencil!
Welcome back. Rico Moneybags, the channel helping you invest in yourself so we can invest in the future. Make sure you guys smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, make sure that bell notification stays lit like that. You guys will not miss out for any future updates. Yes, we have a featured project today that we're going to be talking about. I do want you guys to like, comment, of course, all that good stuff. Repost this for your bag, okay? If you're part of Mitsuki, if you're not part of Mitsuki, repost this on X. That's where we get a lot of numbers. So make sure that you guys max engage over there on X. You guys like, you guys repost, even quote repost, especially if you're invested into the project. You definitely want to do a quote repost and go the extra mile. So we're going to be having some of the CTO team come up and talk about Mitsuki in just a bit, but I do want you guys to fully engage. We're going to be talking about BTC. It has been finding a floor. We know we got that daily buy signal that we have. We're going to warm up the stage, make sure that you guys are fully max engaging. And then we're going to talk about Mitsuki, okay? Let me give you guys an update on BTC and the overall market. Obviously, we got that buy signal on BTC, which is nice because for a while, man, our head has been underwater. We peek our nose up every once in a while, and we try to put our nose above the water, and then, you know, it's like the market pushes the head right back underneath the water. And you know what? It's been quite a bit since we've had this buy signal, and we got to respect these buy signals. We also talked about how it could hit the 20 moving average and get rejected, which, you know what, that happens in the market, right? But check this out, from right here all the way to where we're at right now, we're talking about 29 days that we've been in a downtrend. It's been, what's going to happen? Which way we're going? It's been, redundant because Rico's like, hey, we're underneath the 200 moving average. We're not, in an upward trend. But now this is when things get exciting. This is when you start to look for plays like Mitsuki and, accumulate your Ethereum, accumulate your Solana, your BNB for your favorite projects, because this could be where price has found, a structure where it's been before, where it possibly could take right off again, right? We've been here before. We've even worked into these areas before. So price has visited these areas once before. And we want to make sure that, maybe this is that floor right here. We got a buy signal that we haven't had in quite a bit. And then we're going to layer this chart up and show you guys exactly what we got going on. We got Fire Chicken in the house. We got XPX in the house. Crypto Moon God, welcome in. Speaking of Crypto Moon God, that's what Mitsuki is, beautiful moon. And we're going to be talking about that beautiful moon in just a bit. Make sure you guys, like I said, max engage. Let's go to the 1 hour chart. I'm going to show you guys what we've been seeing and why we're seeing this positive price action. And what we're hoping this to do is to stack up on the 2 hour, the 3 hour, and the 4 hour so that, all prices roll over and that buy signal on that daily chart is fully confirmed, right? And now finally, after all this downtrend, you guys see this red cloud that we're underneath is tinted red. We've been underneath this red cloud for a while. That's the 200 moving average. And we're finally starting to see the light at the end of the tunnel with the 1 hour chart breaking above, not only the 20, the 50, the 100, but also that main important, biggest bear bull indicator, that 200 moving average. And that's why we're starting to see some of that, positive price action. If you're wondering why is, Bitcoin moving, well, the technicals over here, the TA shows you that money is moving, money's coming in, right? Now, when we go to the 2-hour chart, you can see why, it was going up and we went up to, 93,000 and then prices coming back, because on the 2-hour, we crashed right into that notorious 200 moving average, right? So the 1 hour is looking great. Maybe we have a price pull back, bounce off of it to get some momentum so we can start stacking these up, because remember, this is fractal, just like life. This is very fractal. It just keeps repeating itself. You could be looking at BTC, you could look at ETH, you could look at this, that, and the other, and it doesn't really matter, because at the end of the day, what you're going to have is that this is fractal, right? What happens on the 1 hour is going to happen on the 2 hour, and you can keep stacking these things up, right? So right here, we're seeing the 2 hour where it crashed into that, 200 moving average. And that's why you're seeing, okay, yeah, we had some momentum, but the momentum's pulling back. What could happen is just, a simple little bounce on the 50 moving average right here and bounce off this 50 moving average, right? That could happen. Come down to where we already been and come back up to this upper value range, getting above 93,000, getting above the 200 moving average, and doing a similar pattern, because this is very similar. Remember, it's fractal, just like the 1 hour chart. We're going to see the same little pattern play it out over here. So this is your 200 moving average, right? Maybe it consolidates right here, but if it gets above and starts to do one of these, when we go down to the 1 hour chart, you start to see how this is fractal, right? You have this up, this back down, going back up, right? It's not always going to come exactly back down. It might hit a higher moving average, but you have this up, kind of sideways, back up, right? And we want to see that happen again, happening on this, right? Because then you're like, okay, this is not just a trade. This is turning into a runner. And then you'll be like, okay, once it does that, you're like, what do I do next, Rico? What if it does break above the 200 moving average on the 2 hour chart? Well, then you go to your 3 hour chart and you're like, hey, let me talk to it. Are we above it right here? No, we're not. But you can see how even this 200 moving average goes right into this little channel that we would organically make. Why would this happen right here? Well, check out this volume gap. Boop. When price trades inside this volume gap, it moves pretty quick, right? It's like almost like a race car game, and you hit the arrows, it just goes in that direction. So if we can find some traction, right? And we can, on that 1 hour, that 2 hour, get above the 200 moving average, and we print another buy signal right here at the point of control, this red line, the POC. Yeah, I could see us very easily breaking through this, this gap right here, maybe doing a little dance like this or whatnot, and getting above the 200 moving average to go to the upper value range, which it's at 99,000. Let's just round it up to 100K, that psychological barrier of, every ticker, that, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 100, and you can add the decimals, and it's the same thing. You'll see where those psychological barriers exist nonstop, whether it's 10K, 100K, it doesn't really matter. It's just a game of decimals. We react the same. So right here would be, okay, we're above the 200 on the 3 hour. We're headed towards the upper value range. Let's get some of this out of here, and then we're going to stack it up on the 4 hour. And I see we got well over 130 people already live with us. So I'm not going to make you guys wait too much longer, because you guys are, extremely active, but we're barely just only 8 minutes in. So give me about 2 more minutes. We're going to break this down, and then we're going to give you guys a whole lot of Mitsuki. I'm going to cover it myself, and then I'm going to let them go into how deep the lore goes. I think honestly, this space is honestly going to really like the lore, and I love the lore. Honestly, I think the space needs the lore. It's kind of powerful when you have the lore, right? Here we go for that 4 hour chart, and what we want to see. We see our buy signal down here when we first broke the 50. Crashing into the 100, and this is where we start talking about where can BTC go. We see these volume gaps, this one right here, of course, connecting really close to this 200 moving average. We're not surprised. Where is that price at? That 96 getting above here, that 100K that we talked about. Point of control 101, upper value range is 111. If we can trade into these gaps, right, get above the 100 clearly, get above the 200, nice, break past the point of control, right, this 101K. We're trading well above the 200 moving average. Maybe we come back and test it. We know that happens, but we can get back up to this upper value range on the 4 hour chart. This daily buy signal on BTC will be extremely more confirmed, right? We don't live and die by these, because they can flicker on and they can flicker off, right? But at the end of the day, this is how you're going to be like, well, this buy signal can 100% most likely if all these time frames do correlate together, because this is very fractal, right? And we're doing multi-time frame analysis, this is how you're going to say, okay, I get it. This is where this thing wants to run. It wants to come to this lower value range, 102, point of control. Look at where we got it marked up. It looks crazy over here, but it lands exactly where it needs to be. This is that 107, really getting close to that 110 upper value range. The races are back on. The game, everything's back on. Why? 118. That's not too far away from that 126, right? So in cryptos, things can move very fast. It'll come out of nowhere because, you know, it'll sneak up after this long downtrend that, you know, basically everybody took a blow to the gut and got the wind knocked out of them, where, you know, they're trying to get their footing. And then once they do, they're a little bit too shy and timid because, you know, they already got 30 days of confirmation that the market sucked, right? So it's hard to get people to get back, you know, back on the other side of the fence when actually, you know, they're going to do it when it could be late. Now, like to give you guys the other side before we bring Mitsuki up, we very easily could, you know, get some rejections along the way. I want to be transparent with you guys, you know, with these moving averages moving down like this, right? We could get, maybe we break and we trade like this, maybe it gets rejected and then we get above it. That could happen as well, right? We're just trading the candle right in front of us. We're following this thing like a treasure map, but we're seeing some pretty nice targets. If BTC on that 1, 2, 3, and 4 can keep stacking, getting above that 200 moving average with some bullish momentum, hey, this lower value range is 100K BTC right here, 107. We're going to round it up to 110. That psychological barrier, things would be like, okay, we're over 110. We're most likely going to 115. And if you get up to 118, that's it. Everybody has forgiven everything that's happened October 10th, and the races are back on, right? So let's go over to the play that I know you guys are all here for. And this is what we're, you know, this is one of those days that we get to give you guys some alpha on the channel, which is really nice. And we're going to be talking about Mitsuki, right? This is a nice little lore right here and a play with a really healthy chart, honestly, and a great little CTO team around it. Some guys that really want to push his lore to the next level. But this is before Doge. There was Mitsuki. This is that beautiful moon. Long before Doge became a meme, the Shiba Inu behind it had another name, Mitsuki, meaning beautiful moon. Okay, so we're going to kind of talk about the beautiful moon, and you're like, what? Before Doge there was this, or what are you talking about, Rico? Well, there's some documentation. There's almost like a little bit of proof of how far this go back, almost like a forgotten story of Mitsuki. You know, during a recent visit to Chiba, Japan, the region where Kabuso, you guys know this stuff goes deep, was the first rescued, the CTO team uncovered compelling evidence suggesting that the Mitsuki was her original name. That could be pretty substantial if all this stuff really comes back to the real original name being Mitsuki and not Kabuso, not all this Doge stuff. And it was really beautiful moon from the very beginning. Among the findings was a vaccination certificate tied to that period, offering a glimpse into the quieter part of the Doge story that few had seen. I never heard of this. I never saw this. But when you start connecting all these dots, they actually have a lot of they got this guy, we're going to call him the Japanese guy, right? That's what they call him. But he was actually boots on the ground there. And we're going to talk about that as well. We're going to dig deep when we get these special guests up. But I do want to cover this and let you guys know how I was learning about this and how you guys are probably seeing it as well, right? And then we bring the people up that are really passionate about this, that have been rocking with it. So at Kabuso's memorial event, we had the chance to meet Kabuso Mama. We know that we hear this name all the time when it comes to these dog meme coins, this Kabuso Mama, right? So, and in a deeply meaningful gesture, she signed a copy of her new book, Forever, in the name Mitsuki. Like that's that's provoking the lore. She didn't have to do that, right? So before was the name or Mitsuki was the name before the meme, the quiet beginning of the story that would become the first meme coin ever, a name that seemed to foreshadow the Doge saga before the world even knew it had begun. So pretty interesting right there. We're going to bring up our special guest. We'll dive a little bit deeper at what's going on. Obviously, you guys, I'm going to post a CA right now for those who want to ape in while we're talking and get a bag. You know, apply the ETH. This is a great floor. I've been posting this one about since 100K market cap in the Money Bags Mansion. So you guys kind of got a head start before, you know, we did this live stream and obviously doing this featured event. So I was giving you guys that early access to Mitsuki on a project that, you know, how many other projects that we find just like this with a good looking chart before everybody everybody's talking about it, this is how we find them. So right now at 157K market cap, I just posted a CA for you guys. And now without any further ado, I'm going to bring up the CTO team. We're going to bring up both of these. We'll see which account is actually working. But let's go ahead and bring these up real quick. What's up, man? How's it going, bro?
Hello. How are you doing?
Doing good, brother. Doing good. Glad to have you up here and to get us to on the same page of the lore, man. It's getting more and more interesting every single day.
No, for us, it's actually a big pleasure being with you here, Rico. So we have actually a big, respect for you and your audience. So we've been actually harassing you for a while too, trying to make Mitsuki be, appear for your community. So yeah, we are so happy and glad to be here, man.
That is awesome, man. Yeah, I saw you guys pulling up for a while, and I'm a big person just seeing like the communities pull up, and you never know what you're gonna get, right? There's so many communities that pull up, and those that are bullish, I love them. But as you start to like unravel this, you're like, okay, because I've seen a lot of great things come from projects that had really good lore, right? Like a lot of meme coins that had great lore. Even when it goes back to the Shiba Inu days with Ryoshi's vision, not what it is today, but Ryoshi's vision had quite a bit of like a mystery to it. Yeah, they try to harness that and try to make it something of their own, but that obviously didn't work out too good. But, lore is something that in this market, when it comes to meme coins, it's pretty substantial. And I think it's just a human tendency. We've been doing this for a long time. So we appreciate this because since the beginning of time, we appreciated some lore. So if you want to talk about a little bit of Mitsuki and why you love Mitsuki so much, and then kind of dive into, this is the good stuff, that lore and some of the things that we've been posting on X, of course. Let me just go over here to the X account and share this for everybody as well. But if you can go into Mitsuki a little bit, why you love Mitsuki, and kind of, I know everybody just really wants to get into the nitty gritty of the lore, but man, talk to us, man. What's up with Mitsuki?
So we can just dive right in there. Like you actually gave us a little big. Actually, there was a big, introduction for the Mitsuki. Actually, we tried to be, to put a lot of information in our website. So that's how we tried to do to make sure everyone can understand what is happening there. But you were talking about the lore, and the lore is something that we can actually deliver here. Because imagine that we are talking about the original name of the Doge, the most iconic meme that ever exists, a meme that actually got to $80 billion market cap in one day, and right now we're sitting at 25 billion market cap. So imagine it, Doge has a history before being a meme, and that's our goal. We want to make sure we have this lore available to everyone to learn about, because Doge was Caboso before being Doge, but Caboso was Mitsuki before being Caboso. I'm not sure if you know about the story of how the dog actually was adopted by Caboso Mama, but I can dive a little bit right in. So the dog actually born in a dog breeder in Japan, right? So those places that people like breed dogs and cells and do all of those stuff, and most of the time those dogs are not really well treated. Right, so sometimes they live in bad conditions and stuff like that. So that's actually the place where our beloved Mitsuki and aka Doge born, and that place actually went bankrupt many years ago. We are talking about 2008 ish, and then what happened was Shiba One rescued all the dogs from the place, from the puppy mills. That's the name of the place, right? And Shiba One actually rescued all the dogs. Some dogs actually couldn't actually be saved. Unfortunately, some they died, right? But actually, Mitsuki was one of them, the lucky one that actually was rescued. We sent it to Shiba One, and in Shiba One animal shelter, the employees from the place actually renamed all the dogs. They were rescued, and Caboso was the name. Actually, they actually renamed the dog. So Mitsuki at that point was a forgotten history of the dog only, right? So everyone knows from the Caboso upwards, but our goal, our community, we just feel that's fair to give the dog the past that it deserves. So now we are presenting and introducing the original name of the most iconic dog, and that we all love. Because if you are in crypto, you love Doge. You must love Doge, right? Because this is actually how everything started. Especially if you are in meme coins, right? So everyone knows Doge, and our goal is make everyone to know Mitsuki as well. So that's our lore, and because there is some people in Japan, a community member actually went after the fact, because this token is 6 months old. This is not a new launch. We are not trying to take advantage of it. I actually been here since like early days of the token. Actually, really interested by the story as well, because this lore actually got me really hard. And we sent someone in Japan. The person actually went to the dog breeder that actually was bankrupt. The place actually was closed, and this Japanese guy that we know found actually a former employee from the dog breeder, right? And then the guy actually was really receptive and show us actually this our contact in Japan, a box of full of the documentation from the time that the dogs actually were rescued. And he knew exactly what was happening there, because we were interested to understand what is the history of the Doge. And the person actually directed us to these documents that we are just sharing right now. So if you see, this is a vaccine certification. It says the name of the dog, Mitsuki. It says the time, the day of birth of the dog, which was October 25th, 2005. By the way, Rico, nobody knew the exact date of birth the dog up to now, because they thought that was November 2nd, 2005, because that was just assumption. Because when a dog is rescued, they just can assume the things, right? And if you go to the memorial of the Doge in a square that is in Shiba One, there is a plate in there. It says date of birth is unknown. Assumed that's November 2nd, 2005. But look at this. Now we have name. Now we have a current date of birth, which is October 25th, 2005. And we have a past that actually Doge deserve. So this is our mission. Our mission is tell everybody about the lore. Give a Kabosu, a Doge, which was Kabosu, but before was Mitsuki, a complete history, right? It's not just like after 3 years old you get a name and that's it. No, we believe that since the beginning they deserve to have a name, they deserve to have a date of birth, and this is what is Mitsuki's about.
Man, I think everybody, and I appreciate you, bro. I love the lore, and I think like you said in the beginning, everybody has had a Doge story. I've been in crypto since 2017, so I remember when the first wave of retail was coming in. I remember I was the crypto guy even back then. 2018, 2019. 2020, I even remember when people started getting into Doge, and because I was known even amongst my friends of somebody who was in cryptocurrency, they were like, how do I buy that Doji coin? How do I buy the Doji? They just didn't even know how to pronounce it. And it was just crazy how this image is something that a lot of people associate like them getting into cryptocurrency, because there was a lot of waves that Doge had this impact. That meme is synonymous with retail being able to access this space, because that's kind of what got everybody on Robinhood, and even with Shiba Inu and some of these other dog coins. It was just that the access was there on these major platforms. And I remember people like, how do I get that Doji coin? I remember making so much money off of Doge. I was having it was funny. This is my memory when Doge shot up. I was having a discussion with somebody. It was a horrible day. And as I was having a, back and forth with somebody or whatever, I'm looking at my phone, and Doge printed literally 90K, and I was just sitting in the computer chair, and as this person's like, just talking back and forth with me, I'm like, I don't even care, honestly. I just somehow this little dog coin just made a crazy amount of money, and I'm just gonna buy some motorcycles when I'm done with this. And that's the thing with these meme coins, is they have that meme power where things like this do happen, because there's all these stories around the power of these Inus. And considering the fact that this is one that has a deep lore and kind of has some documentation, which I liked, and you guys actually have some alpha that you guys showed me inside a Telegram that was like, the guy actually going there and hanging out with Kaboso Mama, because this is a name that you guys hear all the time in the space. So right now, go ahead, brother.
No, that's exactly. So we have so much. We went through a lot of things over this last 6 months. Lots of people don't pay attention, or sometimes they just think that's a too good narrative to be true, and they don't pay attention, right? So this is the thing. So we are building a relationship, a closer relationship with the stakeholders actually that we need to make a relationship. So we donate 1% our supply to Shiba One. Actually, they have 1% of our supply at all-time high. That was about $10,000. Right now, they still there, sitting there. That was never sold. Actually, another community built that wallet, and then we all sending tokens there. Right now, I think our position is number 3 from the wallet, and we really hope one day to see that 100K, maybe $1 million. And that would, do a lot of good for Shiba One shelter. That would, how cool would be that, right? So I don't think even Doji did that, or even though the other dogs helped so much the Shiba One shelter as we plan to do, because that's what we want to do. We did participate a couple times with some events in Japan. Again, there is some people willing to represent us in Japan. So they actually, we went to the Kaboso Memorial, right? I wish they could just make it fair and add the Mitsuki, aka Kaboso Memorial, but that's fine. We are not pushing so hard on that, but our person actually went to Japan, met with Kaboso Mama. We have lots of pictures. This person was with the shirt with the Mitsuki all the time, took pictures with Kaboso Mama, actually had the chance to deliver her a little handwritten book about the Mitsuki story, because our community did that. We actually wrote a little mini book to talk about Mitsuki, what is Mitsuki about, and we gave to Kaboso, and she promised that she would be reading that book. But anyways, she also had a book, the Forever book, signed to our community, and that was so nice because we have pictures of it we can share. She said to Mitsuki-chan, which means to Mitsuki dog, with care, right? So she made smiling faces to the Mitsuki. We can post that later on, but we have all this material with us, and we can post anytime within our social. I think we did it a couple of times, but we can always do that. So there was a Doge Day a couple weeks ago in November. This person also attended, took a picture with Kaboso Mama. So I could say we are trying to build a broader relationship. And by the way, she doesn't talk about crypto. She doesn't like crypto, to be honest. But she's a face of the she was the owner of the dog. But she never denied about the Mitsuki history as well, right? We posted a couple of times. We tagged her. Another day, she actually on Instagram, she posted some pictures from the event, from the Kaboso event, and one of the pictures she posted was with our guy holding Nero in his arms. That was so cool to see that. So she never denied, like, no, this is bullshit, this is not true, this is this or this and that. By the way, we don't have haters. We love everybody. Our community is so clean and pure. We don't have like PvPs. We don't have another ticker with Mitsuki trying to fight. We don't have none of it. So this is the most bullshit thing that I see, because we are here just to have vibes and to tell a hidden story about the Doge, and which it was the meme that everyone loves and know, right? So imagine this being a movie. I imagine this one day being a movie, being a whole documentary. That would be so cool to put all together. And I think this dog deserves it. I think it's unfair to give a life for this dog. Just over the dog had 3 years old, right? Because lots of things happened before the dog was 3 years old and was adopted by Kaboso Mama. And that's what we are trying to do here. We are to try to, building this community slowly. We are not pushing anything. We are not doing crazy stuff. We are pretty decentralized and clean community, right? So the good people will join us and they will ride with us, long way. We are not in rush, but I truly believe this is gonna play out pretty good for those who likes investments, especially in cryptos as well. Because right now we are 150,000 market cap. Imagine you buying Doge at 150K market cap. That's just this lore deserves hundreds of millions of market cap, in my opinion. Right? We are just in the beginning. One day, some big guys will put their hands on it and will help us to get to the place where we deserve. But our job right now is protect this narrative with our heart, with our time, with our energy. We are trying to do things really organically, all community members working, paying for stuff if we need, paying for someone to do a website. We have everything working so fine, DEX tools, DEX screeners, TG, X account, web, everything is perfect. We just need to build this community. And if you're listening to this, I really would like to invite you to go to our TG. By the way, Rico, if you want to go ahead and talk about some giveaways, we are pretty much willing to do that as well. For the new people actually joining our TG and sharing our stuff on X, maybe we're gonna select a couple people to get some small, just as a gesture, airdrop. I'm happy to do that from my bag. Again, we are a community, right? A decentralized community. I'm happy to help with that.
Awesome. This is what we'll do before I'll touch on a couple of things that you talked about, just to get everybody active. If you guys are listening over on X, come over here to YouTube right now. This is fair and square. So just come over here and put hashtag Mitsuki very easily. And actually, let's do a capitalize. And this helps the algorithm, right? So it helps everybody. This helps everybody get a little bit more eyes on what we got going on. Oops. You guys were not going to even be able to get in. It's like, hey, Rico. Okay. So here we go right here. Put hashtag Mitsuki. Get your entry in right here. We're going to do one draw right here, and then you guys can actually join the TG. I did see them doing a lot of giveaways as far as like different ways to engage on their X account and whatnot like that. So there are different ways to engage. This is a project sitting at 150K market cap. I honestly think, I was looking on X, some of the things that you mentioned that I think, I think we should post them again, because it adds to the conviction of how far this lore goes. Like, there are more pictures that further solidify exactly what we were just talking about with Mitsuki, with Kabuso Mama, with the Japanese guy actually there, taking pictures with Nero. This is how you add to this lore, because nobody else can do that, right? You can't, you guys got the guy to go there, and that's pretty powerful. And then you got this document that takes it way back. It's like, that's what it's all about right there, right? And then plus, like I said, we got some amazing art going on right now, and I know you said you guys posted them before. But even something cool like this, I like how this looks like it's like a top secret thing. But another video like this with some of the pictures of, like, obviously don't dox him and have that emoji over his face like you guys got. But I think some of that stuff is pretty powerful, seeing him holding Nero and all that stuff. And it's going to add to people being like, okay, this is much more than one piece of paper. They actually got this guy going to the place, holding Nero, talking to Kaboso Mama, getting her to sign the book and even write the name Mitsuki is pretty bullish, to be honest with you guys. And for it to be at 154K market cap, I told you guys about it at 100K in my money bags mentioned days ago, in kind of the beginning of the week, giving you guys that early entry before we continue to see Mitsuki come up on stage. So again, this project right here, if you guys are listening, you guys are new to Mitsuki, or you guys are probably a part of it already. This is that psychological barrier. As people start to learn more about this lore, right? This is not the first time we're going to see Mitsuki up here. We're going to get everybody educated on the lore, because this is how this goes and becomes bigger, right? We got to tell somebody to tell somebody else, so that person can tell somebody else. Eventually, right here, we can see that this project and this, CTO has been holding a really good floor. This is the area that we want to break. It's already hit an all-time high of $1 million market cap. It's the third wallet on Shiba One, right? So it's getting people's attention from that Shiba One donation thing that they got going on over there. This project breaks 300K market cap, starts to make a floor up here, because if you build it, they will come, right? If you build a wall of FOMO and, people start seeing like, hey, this is not going nowhere, and the lore starts to spread more and more, and people are understanding the lore wherever you're at, people, hey, this thing starts to make some floors like that. This is where things start to get really interesting, and now everybody starts to accept the lore. At around 500K, getting to that $1 million market cap, this lore starts to become bigger than, Rico Moneybags and everybody who started this thing, because it starts to become undeniable right now, right? Right now, we're refining this thing. Everybody's learning about it, like everybody on stage right now, or everybody that's come up to listen to the guests on stage. But nonetheless, it's like, as his lore gets bigger and bigger and bigger, the floors are going to get higher and higher. So you guys are seeing a good entry on Mitsuki right now. And I'm going to go into something else really quick, because we're seeing ETH also start to make a little bit floor of itself, right? We know that Mitsuki's on the Ethereum chain. So you're seeing it at 150 something K market cap at these Ethereum prices. If ETH, let's say this ETH chart, you guys know how I am, this daily chart, this thing is confirmed, right? And you're seeing ETH at these, lower prices. We got this buy signal on ETH, but ETH starts to come up to 3,300, point of control, 4,500, upper value range, 4,700. The price of Mitsuki is automatically going to go up, right? And so we're seeing where even at these prices right here and the prices of Ethereum, we're seeing it at a fire sale discount, because if that buy signal on Ethereum starts to like stay valid, and just like the rest of the market starts to make higher floors, as we're seeing, like the market is really trying to pick its pace up with all these buy signals on these daily charts, you're going to see how it's going to be a lot easier to swim in this direction, especially as we start to spread this lore and people start to get really close to what this lore is all about. So if you guys are listening over on X right now, right, you guys are possibly listening on X, if you guys want to enter this giveaway of Mitsuki, we got 71 entries already, 72 entries. Make sure that you're coming over here to YouTube and putting hashtag Mitsuki, and also join the Telegram, because this is where you guys are going to claim your moolah, baby. This is where you guys are going to get that Mitsuki, that beautiful moon, right? And I found a lot of plays like this. I've got an example. We're going to do a little bit of cross-pollination, because I know we got a space on Saturday with Manu as well. I want to come over here and kind of talk about Manu a bit, because man, this is not something that I'm just saying. Like, you guys can go back and check the receipts. Before everybody's talking about a play, I told you guys about it, right? And I always say I'm gonna be a gentleman about it, but hey, whether I told you so or not, that's the truth, right? And Manu was over here at $3.4 million market cap. Dogs and meme coins, they go hard in the space. When it's their moment to spark and that right thing just ignites, they send. And what does that look like? How does these things, because it could be a dog, it could be a cat, it could be a frog. When they break certain market caps and there's diamond hand communities, then it becomes undeniable. And you might ask him, where is that level at that things become undeniable? And I told everybody way over here, I say, hey, check this out. This thing's at, $3 million market cap, is making a good support. I was like, if it does what every other thing does, starts to break that 10 million, that 5 million, 10 million, it's going to send. And I told you guys about this play over here super early. It was actually underneath 3 mil. It was like underneath 4. It was like 3.7 or 3.6. But nonetheless, look, it broke that 10 million, broke the next level. People now, they're attached to the lore. And I got a lot of listeners that, got in on Manu at these prices. So we're finding another play that before it's super popular to talk about it. It's at these market caps, right? And this is a dog play as well. They have a space with Manu coming up on Saturday, which I do want to show really quick for everybody that's listening. Maybe you guys don't know that that's coming up on Saturday. It's kind of like cross-pollination, and I think this is very important to do in the space. Right here, we got Mitsuki, which, no, 1 second, where is it at? Right here. So on Saturday, Mitsuki will be baking fresh croissants for the OG, for the Shiba OG breakfast space. So you guys can come over here. I'm going to grab this link for you guys in case you guys, hey, maybe you guys want to show up, because right here, we're going to have some heavy hitters. Manu's going to be there. And I think when the Manu community and other communities start to hear more of this lore, I think more on people, and you can see that the CTO team obviously has been holding a good floor, right? It's not like a chart that looks like, we're trying to wish on a star or something like that. It's just a healthy chart. The more you start getting the sheep people to hear this lore, the more you start getting the Manu people to hear this lore, people possibly taking profits off of Bullish, a recent project that just pumped up, that did really good. It's not going to be too hard for people to come over here and look at this chart and be like, I like the lore. I like their documentations. I think it's really cool. I'm seeing them kind of kick off. They're starting to be, popping off everywhere. This could be that section where I want to get into Mitsuki before it really, really takes off. So Mitsuki right here, I'll post a website for you guys as well. We're about to pull that winner. I'm excited for you guys to get a bag of Mitsuki, the beautiful moon. I mean, we talk about going to the moon all the time. This could be that moment where it's like, man, it was right in front of my face. It was just called Mitsuki. That was the way to get to the beautiful moon. It was in a different language.
Exactly. I completely forgot to say that the meaning of the name Mitsuki means beautiful moon. Look how beautiful is that, right? So how meaningful is that? So, and all dogs belongs to the moon, and that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna send the Mitsuki to the moon because that's where she belongs. That's I forgot to say that, but that's such a beautiful name. That's another reason why I love Mitsuki, man.
Me too, man. I love the moon. I mean, I got a moon app on my phone and everything. I get notifications. I mean, I that's one of the things I used to do on my motorcycle. It's like the minute there was a full moon, man, I'd book it into the mountains, get as far away from the city, and watch a full moon like light up. Like you guys, like Lake Pleasant was a beautiful place. Canyon Lake was a beautiful place, and yeah, it's something we've been doing this for a long time. So that's what I'm saying. This thing has a lot of attributes of human tendencies. We've been following the moon since the beginning of time. We've been creating lore since the beginning of time, and this is the lore and the beautiful moon that's a digital asset, and where we're at today in this crypto space, in this Web 2, Web 3, this idea of blockchain technology. This is where it all comes from right now. This is the new version of now we create lore on a digital scale. Now we create lore on this level, and the moon that we're following is Mitsuki, right? So let's come over here. We got 134 entries. Shout out to you guys. Remember that you are going to have to join that Telegram to make sure that you guys can get your winnings. And maybe we can do 2 pulls since we got so many entries, if that's okay with you. You guys can, like that, we can have a couple winners. That's 139 entries. That's quite a bit of people.
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, cool. Just want to make sure. And I'm telling you, honestly, what I've learned from this, and it's so interesting. And, a little bit, we get a little bit esoteric at times on the channel because, a lot of people want to get something without putting nothing in. It's like you reap what you sow sometimes, fam, honestly. And sometimes people want to get something out the market without putting nothing in. It's like, you're not going to get no fruit if you don't plant the seed, right? And I've learned even myself doing these giveaways, this is what made the channel kind of grow really big. It's like, you plant the seed, and not only do you get new holders, but you get new people that are willing to share this stream and get people engaged. And it's like, it doesn't even take much. Most of the people, I've seen them just add to their position, right? So yeah, some people maybe, that win, they possibly need it, whatever it might be. And I'm not here to judge anybody, but I would say on the higher side on the odds or the percentage, most people become community members. I start to see them lingering around those TGs. I start to see them, reposting this. And, a lot of times that's what we really want. We want to grow a community because that's one of the best and strongest utilities. So we'll actually do 2 pulls. We got 151 entries. I appreciate you guys all pulling up. You guys are absolutely amazing. Like I said, make sure you guys join the Telegram, and let's go ahead and pull the first one right now. And then we'll go into a little bit more about the market, just to let you guys know, kind of update you guys a little bit more into the lore. And then, of course, if you guys got some things that you guys want to check out, this is a Mitsuki, stream, but I do want to give you guys the floor. Maybe you guys got some plays towards the end that you guys want us to check out, but we'll do that right around the hour mark. Let's go ahead and pull this first win on Mitsuki. And guys, ladies and gentlemen, I mean, 150 something K market cap. How many? I found you guys clash at 360K. That's a play that went up to over $80 million market cap. They look funny in the beginning, you know. I know it doesn't make sense, but there's a method to the madness, and I don't need the one that everybody's talking about. You know, not everybody was talking about Clash when we brought it up on the stream. Not everybody was talking about Man U when I brought it up on the stream. Not everybody was talking about Banana S31. A matter of fact, the Banana S31 chart looked disgusting, and I still told everybody could be a good play. The banana's cute, but I also said it's not financial advice because I made that judgment call because the banana was cute. But I know this space. The banana was cute enough to send, and I think that this lore is actually very powerful and has the potential to go a lot higher. So 166, let's go ahead and pull the first one. If I win, we'll double it from my own, and we'll send it a little bit higher because I do like to win. Man, I'm a winner, so of course we got to play to win. So we got Sardar Ring. Okay, and we're going to pull another one right away. We're not going to make you guys wait too much. We are at the 45-minute mark of the live stream with Mitsuki, feeling bullish, beautiful moon. And what we're going to do, I'm going to share these links. I'm going to check over here, seeing if you guys are max engaging. I'm going to share their X account again, just so you guys can come over here and max engage and get in there, man. Join the community, join the Telegram. You know, they got a space coming up Saturday. This is very easy. You know, when you start seeing all this momentum pick up, you know, you start seeing this is how it starts to become where you start stacking it up, right? You're looking at all your things. Okay, we got a buy signal on ETH. We got a project that has a good lore. We have a project that's already, you know, getting on live streams, getting a lot of exposure. They got some spaces coming up. We go to their X account. We see a lot of engagement. You joined the Telegram. I've been keeping an eye on their Telegram over the last week, and I will say that I'm very impressed with their engagement at the level of this project where it's at, and it's kind of around the clock. These guys are kind of working around the clock, and that's a big shout out to you guys because I've been keeping an eye on it. And, you know, anytime I go and check that Mitsuki Telegram, it's extremely active. They got their Reddit. So these are all these things that you want to kind of stack up right now, that just like we stacked up for Man U, obviously the exposure that it had on all those social media platforms, just like we stacked up what Clash had with all those social media platforms, we can see how this thing can stack up and bring some more numbers in. So make sure you guys come over here, max engage, you know, check it out. I mean, the markets are turning around. I know a lot of people are still, you know, kind of scared because the market shook us out for 30 days right after, you know, October 10th was a crazy shakeout and you know, literally kicked everybody. And you know what? So I know it's hard for people to be like, is it time to find great plays? Is this the moment to find great plays? And I think it is right now. It's not financial advice, but when you look at all the metrics as far as the overall market, then you look at the token, you look at the community, you look at the engagement, you look at the lore, you put all that together, and that is degen math, okay? And that degen math is pretty good in this space. So we'll pull one more, man. Do you have any, you know, last words or you know, before we pull the next winner, maybe some things that you might have missed on Mitsuki, some things that are possibly going to be coming out, some things that you're looking forward to as far as, you know, as this project continues to move forward, that we can possibly expect from Mitsuki in the future?
Rico, for today, actually, I just want to say thanks for you, first of all, for bringing us here. You know, it's been a pleasure being, you know, riding this journey alongside of you. But also everyone actually who took the time to attend, to watching us up to now, or will be watching us later, and especially for our community members that actually are helping us every single time for months already, and they never gave up of their dreams, right? So I just want to send a big shout out to everybody out there, and also for the future Mitsukers, because I believe you're gonna be joining us anytime soon. Lots of people are watching us. Tomorrow actually is the space with Manu, with Shiba, with another project, So Bullish, Degen, something like that, Donkey Doge. There is a couple other people will be joining us as well, the same actually space. And when those type of space happen, I'm sure lots of people will join us. By the way, some Manu people are joining us like 4 weeks ago already. We have a top holders from Manu actually already holding Mitsuki. So this is just the beginning, man. This is literally the beginning. So we're going to go alongside, and the journey is going to be beautiful.
Awesome, brother. And, you know, this is the first time we brought Mitsuki up, but I like the meta, the narrative so much. You know, we're going to be having you guys up along the way. I have no doubt that you guys are seeing some early prices on Mitsuki. You know, we'll most likely do another live stream when we break past this I told you so mark. You know, as we continue to build higher floors, people, it would be really hard for people to resist that if they've seen it on stream right now, they see it on the space tomorrow, and we're cruising at these discount prices at 300K. They're like, maybe it's going to be one of those. Maybe it is a beautiful moon. And at 500K, I think this is where FOMO really starts to happen. So, you know, fam, this is when it's quiet like this, when nobody's really talking about it, this is how you accumulate and smart money starts to come in. You accumulate your position. We're going to be covering I love me some humble pie. I love that, Profit Bear. But this is where we're going to be showing you guys where we're at right now. We're going to pull another winner right now, and then we'll bring our guests down. We're going to be talking about a few other plays. I'm actually going to do another giveaway of myself because I have bought a good amount of Jesus coin off the market. They did list on Just Shop Crypto. That merch is going really good. And of course, we want to cover the rest of the market. But I wanted to give this first hour and really this floor to Mitsuki because we found a lot of plays like this before. And this is where people can't resist. So if you're a community member now, if you're an investor now, and you've been, you know, we've been pushing this nonstop, and you're seeing that finally all this hard work has finally started to pay off. You're live over 900 people watching you. More people are going to watch the stream later on. This is just live right now, right? So more people watching all of this hard work, all of that grind that you guys have been putting in, that CTO team, that community over these months to get to this point. This is the point where, you know, it's foot on the gas all the way right now. So we got live streams coming up. We got more to come right now, where as 300K gets broken, a little bit of FOMO gets sprinkled on. 500K, they can't resist no more. And we'll keep updating you guys as this go along, because I really do think that this lore has enough to go ahead and break all-time high. And maybe beyond that, we'll see that right now. Okay, so let's go ahead and run the next draw really quick. Shout out to all of you guys. We're going to be doing a Jesus coin giveaway in just a bit as well. Shout out to all of you guys. We've been just giving money away nonstop. But to get these giveaways right here, I want you guys to join that Telegram. So this is Nuka Cola. Make sure you join that Telegram as well. I'm going to post a Telegram as well. Make sure you guys post your @ handle for Telegram right now, because somebody's going to be Nuka Cola 5, Nuka Cola 6. You know, that's how the space is, right? They just keep doing that. So let me get you that at the Telegram. I'm doing all the work for you guys. You guys literally all you got to do is go in there, post your hey, what's up? It's me, and free money, man. This channel is wild. Honestly, this is a true WAGMI movement on this channel. And time again, we found so many plays at such an early market cap. So if you liked it when we found Manu at 3.4 and it wasn't cool to talk about Manu, nobody knew about it, it wasn't hip, and I was saying, hey, maybe check this thing out. You know, it has a good amount of exposure. I think it could be something big. Check it out. And sure enough, it did. You know, we can go to even ugly charts. Banana S31, right? This was one that, oops. Where did it go? Banana S31 right here. This is the liquidity pool we want. This is one as well. I mean, fam, we do this time and time again. We just do our own thing on the channel. The chart looked like this when I told everybody to check it out. And yes, it's Degen math. The only reason I told you guys about it, I said, you know what? This thing came down to $10 million market cap. That's that market cap that we always like. Any project that breaks $5-10 million market cap, you automatically gets to go higher. There's not like a cap on success. Like once you guys make it up to the counter, they're like, oh, you're late. We gave away all the pump. No, the minute a project breaks $10 million market cap, I've seen it could be a cat, it could be a dog, it could be a hippo, it could be a banana pasted on the side of a rocket. The minute it breaks these market caps, they go a lot higher. And I say, hey, this banana is pretty cute. Maybe get a bag of it. And sure enough, this thing started to pump up. It started to cruise around this $43 million market cap. That's why we still have this marked up to this day. And I said, hey, I think this is the floor before this cute banana goes a lot higher. And it sure did. It's a play that we called going up to $600 million market cap. What do they look like? They look like the charts that nobody wants to talk about, right? And that's why we keep our fingers on the pulse of crypto. So if you guys really want to check out more, there's going to be a space tomorrow. You guys are going to see people engaging with this. Maybe we get the Manu community engagement to pull up as well. And this guys could be a place where you guys get to sell. Hey, I remember when this was at 156K, then it was at 1 million, then 5 million, then 10 million. And it was gone after that, right? It just sent so hard. So make sure you guys give them a follow, tap in, man. Mitsuki's main page, bro. Thank you for pulling up. I really do appreciate you coming up here, giving us the alpha, giving us the lore. I can't wait to see some more of those posts because I think it's going to bring more conviction as you guys follow them on X and you guys see some of these other posts from the Japanese guy actually going there, holding Nero. I mean, that's lore on top of lore, baby. So that's what we want, man. Thank you again for coming up, bro.
Thank you. Thanks so much, everybody. See you next time.
Awesome, bro. Awesome. And like I said, we're going to be having them up. I'm going to bring them down. We're going to keep the stream going. We got 915 people live with us. Shout out to all of you guys. I want you guys to also, you know, if you guys got some other plays that you guys want to check out, let me know. I do want to, you know, do another giveaway for all of you guys because, yes, I bought some more Jesus coin off the market. I want to give away some more Jesus coin. The merch is doing really good. This community is growing. And that's what it's all about, that cross-pollination, breaking out of the echo chamber. If you guys get too tribalistic, you're going to get stuck on Easter Island. Nobody's going to know how you built those statues. They're going to find statues later on. They're like, how did they do that? Who did it? Who could have done that? So, yeah, you got to let people onto your island. And this is a project that I think a lot of people, once retail comes in, they're going to come out and check out Jesus Coin. So we're going to go back to this tool over here. We are going to refresh all of this. And we are going to put hashtag Jesus for this giveaway. We're going to go to their X account and make sure we show them some exposure. We're going to go to XPX as well. We're going to wrap up the stream if you guys don't got too many plays and just continue the nice day that we got with the price action that we got. So let's go to Jesus right there and start collecting comments, man. Hashtag Jesus in the chat right now. And there's some more money on the table for you guys. Let's go over to their X account and show you guys what's going on. Shout out to the Mitsuki community for pulling up as well. Make sure you guys don't miss out on this giveaway, man. Solid community right here. And like I said, I think this is, ooh, a new post. What? I'm telling you, that merch is doing good. That just shop crypto does really good. I think it's a $1 million domain. Honestly, I think the fact that we own a domain called Just Shop Crypto is insane. It's like owning almost, it's really close to owning, you know, crypto.com. That's how close it is to me. I at least that's how I feel. That's how close it is. And you can see how people are just posting their merch that they're getting nonstop back to back. And this is just really just to get everybody engaged. Just Shop Crypto has become this thing to, you know, get multiple communities engaged, you know, get everybody tapped in. And, you know, this is a wag me movement. This is to, you know, to push away that whole, you know, tribalistic mindset, because that's how you get capped off, man. You get stuck in your own echo chamber. You'll be stuck there forever, and it'll just be liquidity getting passed around, trading against each other. It turns into a PvP. But Just Shop Crypto, if you guys are interested in that, if you guys want to support, you know, Jesus Coin, come over here to justshopcrypto.com. Cop some of their merch. Is very cheap, cheaper than your coffee. And this goes towards what they got going on, man. Their project, their nonprofit organization, their church that they got going on, that they host a space like every single day. And fam, this is something that you guys will see when Web3 comes in and Web2 comes into the space and retail comes in. You don't think they're going to be doing, you know, ever since Zoom and COVID, people have been doing, I mean, live Zoom meetings, right? This is people, the church is going to be on the blockchain, fam. You're getting early play right now on Jesus Coin, and somebody who already has their 501c3 nonprofit and they're already doing their thing in the space. A great way to go ahead and support that movement is, like I said, come over here to Just Shop Crypto, post the merch, tag Jesus Coin, say, hey, what's up, Jesus Coin? Do you guys see me? I got some of your guys' merch, man. I'm supporting the movement. Let's do this together, right? And that's what it's all about. That's how you get more exposure and not just trying to convince one liquidity pool to come into another liquidity pool. You don't think that this guy walking around with a shirt that says this, I mean, this is a pretty eye-catching shirt right here. This is a conversation starter. This is how you get somebody at work. This is how you get somebody at the grocery mart. Maybe the next whale. You don't never judge a book by its cover. I promise you guys that. You guys never know who you're talking to, and you might think that you need 100 people, but you might bump into one person, like I did in San Diego, that owns that cold wallet storage, and you know he put $5 million into that cold wallet storage. You know, and he wants XPX to have an app on that cold wallet storage, right? It's like you don't need to meet 1,000 people. All you got to do is meet that one right person. And you never know, a shirt like this can get the right person to come into this project. You know, it's a conversation starter, and somebody, I like that shirt. What is that about? Yeah, it's like, oh, it's this, you know, Jesus Coin project that I'm part of. They got a crypto project. You know, they host, you know, the crypto church over here. Let's bring that up for you guys really quick. right here, the Crypto Church. You guys can come over here and check that out. Like I said, they got their 501c3 nonprofit. And when retail comes in, you're going to want a play like this. And I told you guys about the political meta when it first started. I'm telling you that this will be a meta. The difference between political meta and this meta is that political meta is seasonal, right? So that polyfi meta is not going to be hot again to elections. Am I saying it's gone forever? No. When that polyfi meta comes back, best believe we're going to be some of the first ones catching those plays. We're not going to pick what side or nothing like that. We're going to be on the side of the money printer. That's what we're going to be on, right? Because that's what we did during that last, polyfi meta. The thing with this meta, once retail comes in, they're not going to care what market cap this is at. They're just going to buy it up, and this meta is never going to fade. It's not going to be a seasonal meta. This is people go to church every Sunday. And if we talk about seasons, I mean, they got 2 holidays. Not many projects have 2 holidays out of the year that they can really do some marketing around. So I think this is one of the biggest brands and easiest brands to get behind because it's already established around the world, whether you believe in Christ or not. I think everybody's seen this image before. I mean, it's a little bit cooler and no disrespect to anybody because, Jesus got the shades on. He's blocking the laser eyes. But that is also very eye-catching and very, if you saw this anywhere, you would be like, what? Jesus with shades, right? And this is a real project. They've hit, $90 million market cap, and I think they're at a very, very discount right now. I got a nice size bag of it over here. I'm still holding, and I could have got out right here. I didn't. I'm just going to wait for this thing to pump, and when retail comes in, I'm not leaving crypto, so I don't think this project is either, and I think that this is multi-cycle for sure. All right, so make sure you guys give them a follow. I want to give them a show. They're absolutely amazing. We're going to pull Jesus Coin right now. Then we're going to talk about XPX, of course, because you guys are so bullish, man. Of course, man. Giving off ramps. I just got some DM message. Whoa, let's go. Man, we're going to go ahead and bring up Moon AI, man. Let's go. What's up, bro? We got Ender Knight 2, okay? We're not playing around on this stream, fam. We're not playing around on this stream. We already got, 2 Mitsuki giveaways, a Jesus Coin giveaway. We got Pablo Crow pulling up, talking about big buy contest. Yeah, we're going to bring that up, man. We're bringing that that big energy. That's all I'm going to say. We're bringing that big energy, That's what we're doing. All right, so we're going to bring that up as well. Ender Knight 2. Make sure that you join that Telegram for Jesus Coin, and you actually let me know your @ handle for Telegram, because somebody's going to try to be Ender Knight 3 and they're going to try to be Ender Knight 4. They're going to try to, they don't care. They don't got no morals. They'll take anything from this space. So make sure that you post that and you let me know, right? We got also Pablo Crow pulling up really strong. We're going to bring up Moon AI next. Appreciate the super chat. And then we'll also bringing up XPX. We got some heavy hitters pulling up to the stage, man. We got some heavy hitters, a giveaway. These streams have been getting, we've been like straight uppercut from like Mike Tyson has been, we've been rocking it, bro. Okay, so we got that right there. That is the @ handle. I'm sure Profit Bear is going to catch you up in there as well. Make sure you say, hey, what's up? This is the bro who won the Jesus tokens, man, and has joined the movement before retail comes in and they join the movement. We know they are. Right? So let's come over here back to our deck screener. Let's go to Moon AI. We've been talking about Moon a lot today. It's a lot of mooning going on right now. Oh, that's why, what I told a lot of people that, this project wasn't done for like, $1.8 million market cap. This is a subject, like a lot of this right here is like, you can't do nothing because a lot of the people who have to go and the things that happen in the market is due to what, October 10th, paper hams galore, people G, everybody starts following all the other sheeps, and that's bad to do that. And then now what? Are you buying it up right now? This thing turns right back around. And I think at $1 million market cap, it's going to sting. I still got my Moon AI bag. I've been in this market for too long, man. You can't shake me out, man. Honestly, I don't know if Pablo Crow was trying to personally shake me out, but it didn't work, bro. I'm just letting you know right now, Pablo Crow, it did not work. I'm still holding my bag because I know well, let me say that, right? I know well that it was not done for 1.8 million. Any project is just going to 1.8 million. This is bigger than that, fam. So let's go to the X account. I think you guys are seeing some discount prices. If you missed the pre-sale and you're like, oh my God, I wish I would have saw the pre-sale. I missed out. It went all the way up here. Get in now. And there's a big buy contest we're going to check out right now. Shout out to you guys. And then maybe we'll do a Moon AI on a future, a Moon AI giveaway on a future stream. We'll tap in with Pablo Crow and be like, hey, Pablo, let's do a Moon AI giveaway stream, just like we did Mitsuki lore. Let's do a Moon AI. Ooh, Black Friday. Shout out to Black Friday, man. Shout out to Black Friday. So right here, we got the biggest buy between now and Monday night. We'll receive a gazette 1 million Moon AI tokens. So minimum entry must buy that same amount. So fam, very easy to get in. People are already getting in, and it seems like that entry 1 million Moon AI is costing, you know, about $100. People are loading up on it. Oh no, this is what is this? 126K. How much does that exactly cost? So you guys definitely got to see how much that exactly costs. But this is how you build some of that buy pressure. And eventually, everybody who's getting in, everybody wins. Whether you win the contest or not, this happens right here. You get up to 1 million. I mean, you won because all your entries are higher now, right? All your bags are worth more. So pretty nice to see this going on right now, especially if you're noticing a lot of things. Like when the market's shaking everybody out, you just got to wait. And we saw, you know, you got to let the jeet sometime, man. It sucks. And, you know, it's annoying and, you know, but it's part of the space. And then the minute you start to see some buy signals getting printed on these altcoins that push these other coins, that's when things get a little bit more excited, right? We're seeing BTC back over 91K. We're seeing the overall crypto market cap that's well over, you know, $3.0 trillion, which that is good. You're seeing BNB start to climb back up, trying to get back over $900. You're seeing ETH back over 3K. You're seeing the freaking market come over here. You scroll down, it's green. It was just bloody red for the longest time. So, you know, after that shakeout, you know, when the whole market's shaking out, there's absolutely almost nothing you can do. You can release utility. You can tell them what you want to tell them. You could do a backflip off a skyscraper, and, you know, you just got to let the markets do what they got to do. But the buy competition right now is at a perfect time when the rest of the market's also coming to life. And it's not going to take much to make a lot of those people who fumble their bags to get right back in. And I think a little bit of that starts to happen right around 626. And you guys already know, you know, we'll mark this up. How many Pablo Crow plays done this? I got it marked up already for you guys. This is $5 million market cap. I got it marked up for you guys already. This is $10 million market cap, because we know when these plays break 5 million, 10 million, they go a lot higher. And he doesn't miss when it comes to these, right? So we always look for that pattern. And a lot of times the charts look kind of, you know, people don't know how to deal with these charts because maybe they're putting their car note money in and they need it next week. Don't do that. Put only the money that you can put in and hold, you know? Just put your Starbucks money in there. Don't put the money that you need ASAP, because you're gonna miss the mark. So there goes Moon AI for all of you guys. Thank you guys for, you know, pulling up Pablo Crow for the super chat. Of course, super bullish on you, broski. It's been absolutely amazing. You know, the whole community pulling up super strong. The Moon AI community actually pulls up on a regular basis, fam. I be seeing a lot of them. You know, now that we got a lot of the Jeets out, I think that with the market turning around, this is that perfect time to you know, get the market excited about where it's headed right now. And I think that the market's actually turning around, and this could be a perfect time to, you know, have some fun in this market. So Moon AI, 626, $1 million market cap. Oh, it's going to hurt at 1 million. They're going to be like, oh my God, I faded Pablo Crow. I fumbled the bag. Oh no. Right. And then, you know, what's crazy is the rest of the market's going to help us, because it's going to give us wind underneath our wings, with BTC rallying back up, with BNB rallying back up. This, you know, let's go to, we're going to leave that one there. We'll keep an eye on that for a reason. Let's go to ETH really quick. You know, ETH got that buy signal. What is BNB looking like after all this time? You know, do we finally got a buy signal? Yes, we got our buy signal. This parabolic SAR flips on the bottom of this, and this BNB starts to rally up here, come to the point of control. BNB back at 1200. Everybody who faded this or other BNB plays are going to be like, sheesh, what were we doing? And that's the thing. A lot of times people put selling pressure on some of their favorite projects that they love for no reason, because the market turns right back around. And then what? You know? And that is that fear, man. Fear be owning us. I'm telling you, don't let fear be your master, man. Honestly, because BNB back at 1200, BNB back at 1300, this thing back over 1 million. You know, the smart thing would have been to just, you know, accumulate Moon AI. It's already back at 553. Wouldn't take much to get people to start to FOMO back in over $1 million market cap. If you guys want to learn more about Moon AI, this is their website right here. And this is your AI agent, you know, for all things, you know, to help you out in the space. Get used to it. I think we're all going to have an AI agent. So This is over 10 AI agents all in one that's going to let you do what you got to do in the space. There is a buy tax of 4%, a sell tax of 4%, and 2% per transactions goes to reflections, right? So you guys are earning Moon AI just for holding Moon AI, fam. And these are the beginning stages. Like I said, once this thing breaks 10 million, I already know more things start to roll out. I've seen the pattern so much. This is where just everybody gets shooken out. So early access to what's going on. I'm not sure if it's still on target. I could ask Pablo, maybe he's still here or not, but beta testing possibly December 1st for some tech. If not, we'll see what's up with that and keep an eye on what's going on with that tech. Let's go to the next play right here. Shout out to everybody. Shout out to the Smart DeFi movement. Shout out to XPX, this amazing community right here. Man, you guys are on another level. Honestly, I love this community so much. You know, we're here doing our thing in crypto back to back. I mean, that's one thing that nobody can take away from XPX is honestly, it's just there. It's actually doing everything that it says it's going to do back to back. We will continue to do that. There's another massive utility. I was having a meeting this morning with some people, a couple conversations about, you know, people that are ready for this utility that we're about to release. We're waiting for the market to make this floor. We're seeing BNB start to turn around. I do got Marlon already actively making some media for the next utility that will be getting released over here. And yes, we've already released. I mean, utility, and plus our Smart DeFi contracts come with utility. So right out the gate, we had staking. Right out the gate, we had lending, and then we release, you know, virtual cards. We release physical gold cards. We release non-KYC bill payments, non-KYC gift cards, and we're about to roll out the next widget here, and we're about to be swinging really hard. And I don't think people are going to be able to ignore the next utility, and a lot of people are going to use it. And yeah, I don't want to give away too much, but I will say that things are already being worked on. Some of the media should be ready by next week. You guys can go ahead and get a bag of XPX early. I'm sure a lot of this stuff is going to give us some new things to talk about in spaces. So you're going to see us, you know, doing obviously a lot of marketing for the new tech that we have rolling out. And you could potentially start to see as the market starts to turn around, BNB starts to rise. We start to get this utility in the way for release. We got more projects that are listing on Just Shop Crypto. That could be the perfect storm to get us back to that $2 million market cap where we are doing a 5K giveaway to one lucky winner. If you guys want to get in right now, $25 for one entry. That's the easiest ticket you can buy for a 5K giveaway. I can't wait to give this giveaway away because it's at $2 million market cap and our all-time high is $2.7 million market cap. And XPX moves with the market. It really does. Even the last time we pulled back, it was the same time in February when the rest of the market pulled back. You know, we had October 10th and 30 days of down pressure. That's the same thing that kind of happened. We kind of move with the market because so much of XPX is backed by BNB because of the tokenomic structure, right? This is one of the projects that put the asset backing really high. And that's why we really move with BNB when it comes to this baseline price right here. If you guys want to learn more about that or keep track of how much BNB we got saved, you guys can actually just come over here, click on XPX, click on this right here, backing, and copy this contract address right here, which is, yeah, this one right here. And then you guys can see that in asset backing alone, XPX, because of our smart contracts, we have backed up 59.5 BNB, which is worth, even right now with the current market and everything that's going on, $53,000. You know, and that allows people to take out a loan against their XPX tokens in the form of BNB. And if you can see how powerful that can be, you will see how much even more powerful it is that you can use that loan in the real world with a Visa card, MasterCard, with non-KYC bill payments, with the holidays coming up around the corner and being able to, you know, possibly buy some gift cards and share them, you know, with the family. Maybe you guys don't know what to buy them. Say, you know what, but I know they love Amazon. You know, or maybe I've been hearing them talk about going on a cruise for a while. Let me buy them a gift card for a cruise, or, you know, you just let them go to Target. They love Target, whatever it might be that they love to spend their money on. You know, for the holidays, you guys can come over here and use your crypto, you know, that loan. Maybe you're behind on some stuff and you don't want to sell your XPX, but you want to take out a loan against it and, you know, take care of the holidays. That is something that is not priced into the chart of XPX. Everybody's so worried about chart goes up, chart goes down. That is not priced into that into this project. The fact that it allows you to take out a loan against your tokens, that we have an asset backing pool of, you know, over $53,000 at these current BNB prices. It's extremely powerful, fam. So this is a meta that I know, and a narrative. When retail comes in, they will understand the beauty of making passive income, you know, through the staking rewards, the beauty of in the future when you're ready to use that passive income to take out a loan against that passive income, not have to sell your tokens and accumulate, or I mean, take out a loan from the passive income you accumulated, take out a loan and then use it in the real world. That's what crypto is meant to do. Go look at the Satoshi Nakamoto white paper for Bitcoin, and you're supposed to be able to use this like an electronic cash system. And that's what XPX has been doing for over 17 months. We've been providing off-ramp solutions, and we will continue to do that. The next utility that's coming out, it is massive. It is right around the corner. And like I said, we got Marlon already working on some of the media, and soon I will have some of the marketing team as well start to work on some of the media. Just not quite there, but I do like to see how the markets are turning around. Just get ready for that. So real easy entry on a project that, hey, is already proven to be here for over 17 months, has a really healthy looking daily chart, and has proven that it will continue to keep its word as far as rolling out utility. And that's what's coming out around the corner. So stay tapped in for that. You don't want to miss out, fam. You don't want to miss out on that. So let's go ahead and get to the overall crypto market cap. We've been live for over an hour. You guys have been fantastic. We covered Moon AI. We did a Mitsuki giveaway, Jesus token giveaway. We're talking about XPX's new utility that's around the corner, that when we go to spaces, people are going to be literally, their jaw's going to be down, and the limits are kind of insane. We've been working on this for quite a bit, fam. Sometimes people fade Rico money bags for whatever reason, and they don't even know, just because they see me on the stream. It's like, fam, I'm cooking like crazy. We're cooking like crazy over here. We're working overtime on the overtime. You know, this is what we do in this space. And, you know, all roads do lead to payments. And I don't want you guys to miss out on a, you know, project that is being built for when retail comes in. They're going to want to be able to pump their gas with crypto. They're going to want to be able to use crypto to pay their bills or to pay their family members' bills. And we've been proving to do that and building our resume, our reputation, and our brand for over 17 months with over 6 figures in paid orders. That's when everybody's entering the market. Imagine when there is a bear market and everybody's starting to leave the market, how much we can do in off ramps. And I think our next utility is really going to accelerate the buybacks on XPX. So I'm glad the Jeets are almost done getting out, because I really think that this next utility will be extremely hard for people to ignore. And I'm making it in a way where you guys will see how it's going to affect, you know, the buybacks are going to happen more frequently. And I just don't think it's something that people will be able to resist, and they'll keep using back to back. And as people continue to use this, we'll be putting that into, you know, the XPX chart, of course, and building this floor right back up. Don't fade a project that is built for all things payments. And that's what it's all about, fam. You guys come over here, you scroll down, you'll find PayPal sitting right here. There's no Coca-Cola to this Pepsi, and XPX is being built to be the Coca-Cola to Pepsi, PayPal right here, allowing individuals to off-ramp their cryptocurrency, 70 different cryptocurrencies on multiple blockchains, allowing businesses, real-world businesses or Web3 businesses to accept cryptocurrency. And if those businesses want to upgrade their account, let me know so we can make it where you guys can actually do payroll with your business account and pay your employees. And they can choose to either off-ramp on their MasterCard or off-ramp non-KYC bill payment, non-KYC gift card, or a Visa card. It's up to them. That is a feature that is going to be extremely powerful in the future. And also, I think it's competitive features that are competitive compared to what PayPal offers, because they only offer so many tokens that you can off-ramp, when we allow you to do all of over 70 different cryptocurrencies, multiple blockchains, and you guys have similar features as far as creating invoices. If you're a nonprofit, if you want to accept charity, if you guys want to accept cryptocurrency and then off-ramp that cryptocurrency onto your business card. So you create an invoice, it'll be a QR code. People will donate to that QR code. It will be inside of your pay portal on your dashboard over here. If you guys come over here and register on this right here and register your business account, your crypto will be on your dashboard, and then you can choose how to off-ramp that, whether you're doing it a non-KYC way or you're using the KYC business card that you set up to have a 100K limit, but it's up to you. So if you're a business that wants to accept cryptocurrency or a nonprofit that wants to accept donations, I would consider opening up a business account right here with XPX Pay, and then creating invoices and testing it out. You guys will see how many people actually want to donate. They just don't have the vehicle. This is the vehicle for when retail and other people want to accept cryptocurrency, that you guys can create invoices and then choose what to do with that crypto at the end, whether it's just hold the crypto in your dashboard, which is a glorified wallet, or choose to say, hey, you know what? I need to pay for some overhead. Let me make sure that I have all my receipts. Let me use the business card, like that I have the track record to show everything that I'm doing for my 501c3, and I have all the documentations to cover my butt, how I'm running this nonprofit or how I'm running this business. And therefore, even later, if you want to pay your employees, you will have all your files and everything that you've done through your dashboard, which is extremely bullish. And I can tell you guys right now, that is not priced in. The market, once chart goes up, chart goes down, but there is going to be a moment, you know, we're in that Amazon shipping books moment. We're in that, you know, when everybody was like, oh, that's dumb. Who wants to buy Amazon stock? All they're doing is shipping books. I don't even got a book in my house. Why am I going to do that? Right. But now look, if you would have bought that, and this is kind of the stage that XPX is at. X pays X. It's at the stage where, you know, we're at our infancy of just shipping books. But there is going to be a moment where this is really just making sense, not just in Web3, but in the real world, and where you might go up to a store and see, you know, a sticker right there that says, we accept crypto payments via XPX Pay. And that's a dream where you guys see this purple icon, you know, maybe in stores you guys go to, maybe you go to your Starbucks, maybe you go to your Chick-fil-A, maybe you're going to this spot and you see that purple icon. You're like, whoa, they accept cryptocurrency from that project that we've been seeing that streamer talk about nonstop, and now look at them everywhere, right? So just be careful, because this is already set. This is not like, you know, we're some kind of genius or something. This, everything goes to payments, whether you're a meme coin millionaire, whether you made millions in NFTs, whether you made millions in the metaverse, whatever you might be doing. There's a reason why you guys see PayPal right here. It's not for, PayPal didn't get listed on CMC for a 5-year plan. PayPal didn't get listed on CMC for a 10-year plan. This is a plan that they're going to be working on for decades to come, because for decades to come, no matter what, payments will lead, or all roads will lead to payments. So thank you guys for pulling up so much, man. You guys are absolutely fantastic. I really appreciate all the love and support, man. Without you guys, this stream wouldn't be what it is. I really do appreciate it, man. You guys give me the second wind, right? To like, you know what? I jump out of bed. It's like nothing. It's just like I'm in it to win it, right? And I'm in it to win it with you guys. And I love that we can continue to refine this, and, you know, and keep putting this into Forge and bringing it back out till we get it to where we want it to. It's completely tempered, and we got a full grip of what's going on in this. So without you guys, that wouldn't be able to be done. I appreciate you guys. Come over here. Make sure you guys also follow this account at Rico Money Bags. The more we grow this, the better it is for all of your guys' bags, right? I shouldn't have to twist your hand behind your back to do that, because that's how more people are going to find us and find your project, whether it's Mitsuki, whether, you know, it's Moon AI, whether it's Jesus Token, whether it's X Pays X, whether it's the Can Do fam, or maybe they're coming for that education. So they don't paper hand their favorite projects, because they're like, hey, you know, I understand the market now. I know things are turning around. There's no need to be paper handing right now. This is actually when smart money starts to come in, because we're working off of some buy signals right now. Now, if they change, we change our mind just like that. We're indifferent to price. You know, if it changes and the roadmap changes of direction and we got to go around the palm tree to get to the X, well, guess what? I guess we got to walk around, right? If it goes down and it changes, well, I guess we're walking this way till we get to where we got to go. Wherever that trail is at, we're going to follow that, right? So make sure you guys also hit all those bell notifications so you guys can follow this price action with me. We're not predicting the future. We're just trying to track price, right? We're on some hunter-gatherer stuff right here. You know, we're creeping on price and just following it along. And it's been a lot of fun doing this with you guys. And I appreciate you guys helping me grow the channel. We do have some things coming in December that's also going to print pretty crazy. I think a lot of you guys might possibly make some life-changing money in December, and that'll be something really cool to do. I've gotten many testimonies, many DMs with people, whether it was from Clash when they got in at 360K market cap, whether it was from Banana S31, whether it was just people from XPX that have made a lot of money. I mean, our chart is down right now, but if you think people didn't make money with all that price action, you got another thing. So, you know, we've been actually doing a really good job of, you know, changing people's life and helping people sustain their lives with this channel. So I really appreciate you guys. If you guys want to keep this momentum going and things going like this, make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. If you guys can't do that, continue to come back, experience the abundance of money with me. Until next time, you guys know what it is. Later, fam. Much love.
I gotta tell you, I've been looking forward to meeting you for a long time. I'm a huge fan. John Wick.
John Wick. It's John Wick. John Wick.
John Wick.
What do you got there?
Evening, John.
Noise complaint.
Noise complaint.
You want to whip? Or do you want to just give me a gun? fucking Benzo.